His one goal right now is to do right by customers and clean up the mess.
He was idolised as a visionary. He was the guy to trust. This is the guy that was seen as the good guy because he gave a lot of money to charities, he worked for non-profits, he was the one pushing for stricter and stricter cryptocurrency regulations.
The Mark Zuckerberg of crypto. And now, with crypto's collapse, we'll talk with the billionaire about why he's now being called its savior.
FTX collapse dooms founders' effort to prevent another pandemic. Sam Bankman-Fried did the financial system a favor. How Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire collapsed. Can someone please explain to me what in the hell is going on here? Was SBF's fingers inside every media organization to the extent that they are still trying to make him look good? Like, he lost innocent people's money to the tune of billions of dollars. And look at this disgusting coverage.
His one goal right now is to do right by customers and clean up the mess.
Yeah, not just a genius who'd made a personal fortune of almost 24 billion Australian dollars, but he was idolised as a visionary. He was the guy to trust in the whole cryptocurrency industry. This is the guy that was seen as the good guy because he gave a lot of money to charities, he worked for non-profits, he was the one pushing for stricter and stricter cryptocurrency regulations. He was seen as someone with status and credibility because both of his parents are Stanford law professors. He was someone who was seen as someone who was very cool, you know. And yes, the message very much was that looking after customers first and then investors.
Honestly, these people should be ashamed of themselves for how they're covering this. I get it, it's all about a paycheck, but I'm not sure how you sleep at night trying to spin this in a way that makes SBF and FTX look positive. I found this clip rolling around on Twitter that sums it up quite well.
Whoever wrote this probably holds a cigarette like a bitch. Not once does the article mention fraud, crime, Ponzi boy, or most importantly, honor. The New York Times? More like New York, I forgot to mention that this guy stole $10 billion.
Yeah, I think I'm with this guy. These people are so obviously bought off that it's embarrassing to even read the headline. You guys know about SBF's mother, right? Barbara Fried. Well, she is a Stanford-educated compliance lawyer, which is oddly convenient. But another interesting thing to note is she is also a professor, with some quite interesting research articles, considering this situation we find ourselves in. Beyond blame, the philosophy of personal responsibility has ruined criminal justice and economic policy. The limits of personal responsibility. Emotional empathy is not the culprit. What we need is less empathy, but more rationality. Now, come on, this is almost comical at this point. What kind of whack timeline is this? This has to be some sort of elaborate, sick joke.
First up, Sam Bankman-Fried has been called the Mark Zuckerberg of crypto. And now, with crypto's collapse, we'll talk with the billionaire about why he's now being called its savior. Sam Bankman-Fried is quickly becoming the most powerful person in crypto. And as the crypto contagion spreads and crypto banks, VCs, and exchanges are going insolvent, SBF, as he's called, and his companies FTX and Alameda Research have become crypto's lender of last resort, bailing out firms like BlockFi and Voyager Digital, which just filed for bankruptcy. Some are calling him crypto's central banker, but today we call him our first guest.
So, I'm just supposed to overlook the fact that media organizations seem to have replaced their boxing gloves for mittens when addressing this guy and his company? And I'm also just supposed to look over the sketchy political donation history of SBF? Their dealings with Ukraine? I'm just supposed to overlook all of this? I'm not so sure about that. Something feels way off. And I know I'm not the only one. Looking to watch another video? Check out this video where I go into more detail on SBF's sketchy political donation history.